Hey, welcome back to High Performance Health and Wellness Coaching. I'm Corey. Well, here we go, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for friends and family, whomever's out there. Thanks for looking at it. Thanks for viewing it. Thanks for the support. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate all the feedback, good and bad. Give it to me. It's how I learn. It's how I grow. So I really appreciate everybody taking the time to spend the minutes. Hopefully, you can find some benefit. Hopefully, you can, it might jar some interest or motivate or inspire or whatever you want to call it. Just hopefully it does something to move you in a positive way towards some good health. So what I want to talk about is sugar. Sugar is like my number one enemy, pretty much. And I am on this crusade to want to really be part of this whole shift and this whole let's get off this sugar stuff and let's take control over our lives. Has all of us. We're all wrapped into this sugar. We're all tied into these foods that have sugar in them, and it's just absolutely insane. Like I told you before, I had my own sugar addiction. It was intense. I got through it. I did mention I read some things. I want to tell you what those books are. I read Salt, Sugar, Fat. I read The Case Against Sugar. And those two books, I mean, it just pissed me off. I got mad because I got mad at the food companies. I got mad at being duped into this life that I had. I got mad at it, and between that and choice sticking there, and just muscle through it and made it out. So those are two books. If you're struggling with sugar or food addiction or any of that stuff, you just gotta look. I mean, go to the source. These things are made. There's companies and people paid millions of dollars to figure out how to make you eat more than just one cookie, to make you want to have more than just one chip. It's out there. This is what they do. This is how they do it. They design food to taste like strawberries, and there's not one damn strawberry in it. So it's absolutely crazy. They trick your mind. So once I read that and I got mad, I just battled it. The other thing is too, if you're in most people are. If you're addicted to food or sugars or whatever the case may be, please reach out. Find support groups. I wish I would have done that. In hindsight, it would have made things a lot easier. Maybe understand my biology, psychology, my connection with food. I mean, listen, all of us tie the food and emotional world together. They're like intertwined. I need comfort food. I'm stressed out. I'm going to have some ice cream. Or, oh my God, we need to learn to cope. You need to separate those two things and not have food tied into it, right? You gotta figure that out. That's what it took for me anyway, to get off the sugar. And this is what it takes to have this for the long haul, the sustainability. I've lost 40 pounds. I haven't gained 40 pounds back. Don't plan to. Just going to keep going further into the health, right? And it's just because I was able to get rid of that stuff, figure out the triggers that wanted me to grab that bad food. So it's just all this into it. And the support group helps with that tremendously, just talking about it, getting the information there. Keep it current, keep feeding yourself information, keep researching. But anyway, so what I want to do is I went online and I just Googled, I forget what I put in there. I probably just put in how does sugar affect the body or something like that. And it took me 7.5 minutes, and I came up with a couple things I just wanted to kind of share with you guys, because I always tell you guys, take charge of yourself, research it, look into it. I'm throwing out stuff fast as I'm trying to do this in a small window every day. And because I'm not just putting one out there for the rest of my life, I just kind of want to slow things down a little bit. So, I can tell you, Google sugar, right? And this is kind of what I found on the American Heart Association site. I'm just going to read it to you real quick because I found it pretty interesting. Those who got 17 to 21% of calories from added sugar had a 38% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease compared to those who consumed 8% of their calories from added sugar. That is pretty scary, right? Then I was like, well, 17-20% of calories. Well, how many calories is, I didn't know, right? So I looked it up. There's 16 calories per teaspoon of sugar. Here's where it gets interesting. No more, this is what the American Heart Association recommends, no more than 6 teaspoons or no more than 100 calories for women a day, right? So you females out there, 100 calories of sugar is all you get. 6 teaspoons, right? Men, we scored. We get 9 teaspoons. Yippee skippy, right? 150 calories. The problem is the average American diet consumes 22 teaspoons a day of added sugar, right? That equates to 352 calories a day from sugar. So this is why, guys, we have a huge health crisis. This is why we have everything's on a rise. Everything like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, Alzheimer's, autoimmune diseases, everything. I mean, I'm not blaming it solely on sugar, but I mean, it's a big part. So let's just take one element of the puzzle. We can't attack the whole puzzle at one time because it's just too many pieces. Let's just look at one element of it, sugar, okay? So I challenge you. This just came up really quick, right? And I got some more information I'm going to read soon, but I challenge you, just look it up yourself, check it out, double check me, see if you come up with anything else. But it's in everything, right? So they list the foods. So some of the foods obviously are sodas. I mean, listen, 1 20-ounce of Mountain Dew is 77 grams of sugar. You're done for the day. That's it. You've already tapped your American diet average. But then what else are you having the rest of the day? You might be getting 140 grams of sugar a day. You might be getting 300 grams of sugar a day. Who the hell knows? Add it up. It will freak you out once you look at it, because it freaked me out, and it freaks everybody I do this to in my personal life. It freaks them out. Once they see that mound of sugar that they eat every day, and they're going, oh crap, and then you add it for the week, and it's like this big mound of sugar, and they're like, oh, can't believe that. So then it puts a visual to it, because you're not visualizing it when you're just pounding those sodas or eating that stuff. You're not visualizing that amount of sugar, right? But once you see it, you're like, then you go and do that, you're like, oh my God, I remember that amount of sugar. It kind of helps you out with the visual. So anyway, dairy, yogurt, milk, ice cream, also non-dairy. Look at the almond milk, look at the coconut milks, look for all these sweetened stuff. They may seem healthier, but look at the sugar content of everything. Grain foods like cereals, waffles, cinnamon toasts, all these Pop-Tarts. I mean, all this stuff, man, it's all loaded with sugar, right? It's not even like real fruit. It's all fake synthetic stuff. All fruit juices. Most of it has a lot of sugar. So anyway, guys, look it up, right? This is giving you an idea of what we're facing when we go shopping. Let me look at this thing, right? Added sugar is hiding in 74% of packaged foods. You're like, what? 74%? How's that possible? Well, it's possible because they have 61 different names of sugar. Here's a few of them, right? Okay. We have agave nectar, barley malt syrup, Barbados sugar, beet sugar, brown sugar, buttercup. Not buttercup. That's my nickname. Butter syrup, cane sugar, cane juice crystals, cane. Let's see, what is it? Caramel, coconut sugar, coconut palm, corn syrup solids, dextrin, dextrose, evaporated cane juice, free flowing brown sugars, free flowing, date sugar, dehydrated cane sugar. It goes on for high fructose, grape sugar, honey, icing, palm sugar, powdered sugar, raw sugar, brown rice syrup. I mean, there's 61 different names, guys. It's pretty wild and crazy, right? So what I challenge you to do, please, is measure your sugar. Take it in. See what you're doing a day. Listen, look it up, man. Look at these sites. Check it out. See how much you're supposed to have. See how much you're having. And get to where you're supposed to have. Okay, women? Get 6 teaspoons. Okay? That's 25 grams a day. Men, go 9 teaspoons. Or, if that's a bit much, which could be because, I don't want you to have any health issues, cut it in half. If you're getting 77, cut that in half. You're not at 9 teaspoons, but you're 50% better off, right? And you just take the baby steps to get it off and be done with it. Be honest with yourself. Have that damn pile of sugar in the middle of the house. Have it sitting right there so your kids see it. Everybody see it. They're like, what's that? That's what we eat, kiddos. That's disgusting. We got to change this, right, guys? Educate the kids. It's about the kids. Soon I'm going to have a whole episode around kids and sugar. And man, it is a wild, wild thing, right? It's just crazy to think that we're trying to have our kids live to a certain expectation, and we're feeding them the opposite. And so it's like this battle, So anyway, hey guys, listen, this is my little thing about sugar. I just want to touch on it again. It's very, you're going to hear a lot of it. Subscribe, please. Check it out. Keep the information going. Let me know what you like, don't like. As I get through this whole, I'm blown out of the cannon trying to just feed you stuff. It's going to be more of like, I'm going to turn it into more of a reality format. I'm going to do some interviews with some friends that I know they're in the same trenches as the rest of us that are trying to get away out of addictions. I want to interview people that are suffering from either autoimmune diseases or diabetes type 2, something that they could have, they could have changed, but they just didn't know, or I want to interview the professionals helping people dig themselves out of these trenches. So it's going to be, I'm in this for the long haul, guys. I appreciate all the support that you give and love you guys. Reach out for help. We're here. See ya. Bye.